last request was to bury the remains by his mother.
Oh, you must do so immediately to settle your debt with your nephew.
That is my wish, but I understand that it is inconvenient location right now.
I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed there.
You teleport.
Sarissa discreetly makes a no message at the crew who is loading Uncle Books' gear onto the longboat behind. So close.
The business. He was very helpful in combat. And that's all he gets from me. I'll just walk off.
Yeah. He made that fight surprisingly easy.
And the other fight, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
where he just ended combat in one standard action.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Well, my instinct as an orc is like, I'm not supposed to like dwarves, not supposed to like elves, but these guys seem alright. And I've been tortured by Chilaxian. This guy used to be an ex-Chilaxian. I guess he's okay too. Ferris, he's a good captain.
Okay, so, after all the combat's done, you have 2 ships. It's around midnight, and, the rock awaits you. You get 2,400 XP for finally ending the Reign of Terror, and you also get 2,400 for finishing Hosek Island. What would you like to do now?
Crack the rock.
I don't know if it was clear to me, but it wasn't clear to me if I was actually joining, if I was being put on another ship or something. I don't know if that was
happening.
Okay.
So the thing is that the rules really don't accommodate having players on multiple ships for very long. So I don't know if Sarissa wants to consolidate to a single ship, or because if you want to do multiple ships, you start attracting Shellish pirate hunters. It's hard for large fleets to move quickly, and a Shellish pirate hunter is just a gigantic, fast runner with lots and lots of ballistas.
No. Well, the dolphin and keep this one. It has more useful catapults.
Okay. So at some point we're going to be ditching the dolphin for the queue. So then the question remains, what's happening this night? What course do you set?
We're docking at the rock.
Okay, you rock that rock on the dock. So let's do a little description here. I don't think Tidewater Rock actually has a map for it per se. So you come in. Let me ask: are you guys do you have all the torches lit on the ship? Are you coming in openly, or are you sailing in dark sails, sneaking up? Okay, all right. Sorry, this is a little bit more complex. You are met outside at Windward Isle at the Tidewater Rock. It's midnight. The tide is coming in, and seems to be about 6 feet. The port here is quite deep indeed, and it seems like a perfect place to have a nice little pirate base. It's a half moon enclosed area with the tower on the far side of the half moon. And it's about 4 stories tall. You can see that there's definitely some sort of siege weaponry on top of that tower. And they point it towards, but not directly at your ships as you sail in. And, they put up some semaphore signals. They're interrogative, so question mark, rune scar, family, visit, question mark. Because you are sailing the queue in. Okay. So your answer is just yes. Okay. So the flags go up, and it's just like deploy boats, do not dock. Will be met.
Okay. Invite Lady Runeskar to step into her cabin so we can both tidy up before we go meet her cousin.
Okay. All right. And are you taking the rest of your crew with you? Rest of the crew?
Well,
You mean officers?
Yes. Yes, officers, sorry.
I send a message over to the other ship that we will be calling on the Lady of the Rock. Do any of them wish to join us?
See.
Do you want me to dress up?
Do you have any clothes? Did you actually purchase clothes during your character creation?
I had any garments
Ah, that'll do it.
and a disguise kit, so I can be anyone.
Yeah, I
Creepy at all.
have a rogue outfit that I haven't used. I usually stick with my druid outfit. But I go with the ranger one since it seems more legit and probably
Okay.
cleaner.
All right. So, Tidewater Rock is a fortified tower house 70 feet tall, built by the same stone shingle that makes up the western shore of Windward Island. The tower house is composed of reinforced masonry walls atop a 10-foot stone base filled with packed dirt. A stone stair rises 10 feet to the heavy door, and at all times but the greatest ebb of low tide, the shingles below the capsule is a swirling morass of tidewater. And so, there's some guardsmen and a guy with... It looks like... I don't know if anyone's going to get the reference. In Final Fantasy VII, the ultimate weapon was basically just like a 7-foot-long spike. It was a giant triangular spike. And this guy is wielding this spike on his back. It's like pure black, and it seems to have like flames occasionally appear on the edge of the weapon. You're looking at it, and sometimes you're like, is that a fire on the back of the weapon? And he gestures for you all to tie your ships off at the bottom of the stairs, where so the stairs just go directly into the water, and as the tide goes up and down, the water shifts up and down the stairs, and there's posts all over the place for you to tie off at. And he and his two guards, he says, "I'm Royster MacLear, Lady Portia Runeskar. You did not send no message saying you'd be here today. What is the meaning of all this?" And while he's technically talking like he's speaking to Lady Portia, he's actually looking at the five of you, since Sifri's with you.
Her ladyship had a bit of a misadventure while pirate hunting, so we have brought her back to the safety of her family.
So, Royster MacLear, he's got these like enormous mustachios, and he like smooths them out and puts a hand swept back through his hair, and he's like, "I can let you in, but I'm gonna need to keep one of your officers as a honored guest in our secure facility."
Oh, that's reasonable. Gentlemen?
So Sifrig offers immediately to go.
Sounds good to me.
Doesn't it? So the guards take his weapons and armor, and he's like, "We'll make sure we treat this lad right proper. We're just gonna sit him down in front of the dinner table, and if y'all try anything, we're gonna cut his head off. Until then, he's an honored guest."
I kind of chuckle. Good luck with that.
So Sifrig's just like, something really badass head cutting something.
He always has his knuckles.
Yeah, he's got his butt knuckles hitting up his butt.
Got it. Ready to go.
That is the weirdest trait ever. You're always armed, no matter what. Even when you'd otherwise be searched, you always have butt knuckles.
It almost deserves a repeat. You're always armed, no matter what.
No matter what. Okay. So you're led inside.
Did you monk with her?
What was the question?
Did Runescar bring her monk with her?
No. So let's see here.
Right. So we left him on the boat and no officers.
Croup?
Yeah, you got
Oh, well.
group.
I doubt the monk could do anything.
You've got
Well-
dozens of loyal crewmen, right? Plus, the monk gave you his word that he would stand down.
Fair
He's a
enough.
monk.
I believe the monk more than I believe. Yeah. I find the monk trustworthy. Let's continue on.
Right, I'm just going to remove Scourge's token. He's let off ahead of you by one of the guards. The other one stays with you all. Then Royster Niclea, he kind of narrates as he's going on while he's heading up. So he's like, this here is the tower entrance. Well, we come here, and he points out like all these arrow slits. He's like, we come here when we need to defend the tower. There's a rowboat hanging up there. He points up. There's like a rowboat, but the bottom of it is like solid steel. He's like, we use that whenever we need to counter any battering rams on the front door. And there's like not like an elevator, but like a pulley system, so you can get items up and down from the next floor up. He's like, this here, young man, is Mardus. And, there's like a 13-year-old kid here. He's wiping the sleep from his eyes. He's like, oh, hey, I'm Mardus. How's it going? I'm the goatherd of the island. Oh, Lady Portia, good to have you back. He leads you up to the next floor.
Okay. I give Martis a nod and slip him a silver piece as we leave.
Oh, he says, very kind, thank you, Mom. Staircase leads to this area over here. Royster's like, no, this is the defensive corridor. If someone were to attack the tower here, this is where we'd cut them open. Arrow slits all along the way here. 150 crossbow bolts in the chest down there at the end. Now, if you and your fancy pirate-like ships try to attack us, we'll cut you to pieces. And Portia's
Very impressive. Do you have trouble here often?
He says, no one's attacked here since I and Bert died. But it's better to be prepared for when random pirates show up with 2 ships in front of you in the middle of the night with no invitation, having one of your noble cousins hostage. And then Portia's like, no, it's not like that. I came willingly. And he's rolling his eyes the whole time.
Sarissa pouts slightly.
I'm trying to hold back my laughter.
He leads you into the next room where there's 2 guards, and there's a dinner table set out with like oysters and like a butter sauce with lobster, and Scourge has been not tied down, but they have him at this chair, and one of the guards just has like a scythe at his neck. And Scourge is just like eating this lobster. He's like, hey guys, it's delicious. So good. We should have this on our ship all the time. Oh no, problem with the call.
Problem with the call.
Yep. Next area is a workshop. Also has arrow slits.
Just
And
arrow slits.
there's another step up here, which leads you up to area... Just doing the quick tour here.
Now, you said there were no attacks since Iron Bert died. How long ago was that?
He says, aye, a good question, let me look it up. Because of course I know that. He says, 'tis been a few years since Lady Augusta has had a husband.
Oh, how sad. So, no family to help her?
So he leads you over here to the kitchen. He's like, this is where we'll be cooking you if you Try any funny business. We'll make sure to chop you up right and feed you to the goats. We got them there, Windward Island carnivorous goats. They're extra carnivorous-y.
Any stew cooking?
There's no stew currently on. There's a lobster boiling. Like dozens of them.
Ooh.
He's like, yeah, when we saw Portia coming, we put the lobster on since that's her favorite.
Can I have one, sir?
I shoot Maelstrom a look.
Oh.
So there's like a 70-year-old lady here, and she's like, "Oh hey, I'm a Bernie. I'll get you a lobster right away." And she like reaches into the pot and like scoops you out a still like semi-living lobster. You know, it's in the process of being cooked, but she didn't kill it before she put it in the pot. And she's like, "You want this one, or should you wait until they're cooked, eh?"
I crack it hid, like just finish it off and just start eating it.
Okay, all right.
I'm
You know, there's no butter sauce on it, but it's still like a nice steamed lobster that's been recently murdered.
Mmm, delicious. Just like Mom used to cook.
All right, and he leads you into a conference room with Lady Agasta Smithy. And so she's sitting at the table. She's like got her boots kicked up on the table, despite her, you know, elegant dress. She actually seems more like a pirate than pretty much anyone you've met so far. You know, most of the pirates you've met so far have either been saving halflings or like noble wannabes. She seems like an actual cutthroat pirate, but also a noble at the same time. And she's just like brushes her hair back, and she's like, "Portia, Portia, Portia. So you got caught, huh? Well, I'll make sure to ransom you back to your mother." She looks around. She's like, "Who's the captain here?"
Well, hello there.
She kind of gives you a appraising glance. She looks you up and down. Okay, so she's, you know, let me ask, how are you approaching her in this diplomacy check of 34?
Do you even need to ask?
Yes, I do. It's actually pretty important.
It's such an honor to meet the Lady of the Rock. Truly, the rumors of your beauty do not do you justice.
So she's just like, what is physical beauty? You know, a woman who would use physical beauty to attract another would be like a man trying to force himself on another person. Perhaps not so dire, but is not strength of character and personality more important in this world? Would you simply ride by with what's been given to you than what you can take?
Well, they said that your beauty was second only to your ruthlessness. But I guess I'll just have to see it in action.
So when you say that, she chuckles and tosses you like a jug of alcohol, and it like flips through the air slowly. And Royster McClea, like, he's holding onto a chair, and when you say that she's ruthless, he like actually shatters the chair and draws his sword. He's like, "What?"
I draw my sword and say, "What?
He's like, "What?"
What?"
What?
Two of you are just
I
staring at each
snatch
other.
the bottle of grog out of the air and take a swig.
Okay, it's not grog. It's, you know, it's I don't know.
I
Andorian
snatch the
Jack
bottle of
Daniels.
fancy booze out of the air and
It's
take
actually
a
not
swig.
that fancy, but it's Andorian Jack Daniels from the Verduin Forest. You know, it's got like extra Fey flavor from all the Fey power in the woods. They age it in Fey casks for like 3 Fey years.
3 failures. So does he put down his weapon yet?
Nope.
I got my weapon out, like,
Where the hell am I?
while eating the lobster.
He's
I
just
have-
like shaking his weapon in your face. He's just like, "What?"
And I'm
I
like,
just-
what?
I just him with a wave of one hand, turn back to the lady and give her a grin. Says, "Well, it was interesting making Portia's acquaintance, but it seems like you would be a much more useful Contact. Tell me, do you know anything of the free captains?
She says, of course. My husband was a free captain. I myself still have the ranking to be called such, but I prefer my noble title from Galt, lady. I think someone has an open mic while typing, by the way.
They're typing
I'm not
hard.
sure who it is.
That was me. My apologies.
Okay. Sue says, are you a free captain then?
In become one. And you know how it is, gathering the fleet. And then making sure that it's the most opportune moment.
In context, that was a joke in response to Dom. Even the audience is going, what? What?
What?
What?
What?
Turn off the what?
No, not turn off the wet. No, we're not dropping any dubstep raps here.
Hey, 5 to 9. I'm looking for a shot. I'm sure. 5 to 9. I'm looking
please,
for some rum. There we go.
Nope.
Looking for some rum.
What?
So, Lady Smithy says, you know, most free captains sail alone. The fact that you have multiple ships under your command speaks very well to you. I suspect that were you to sail to Port Peril shortly, perhaps you would be ordained as a free captain quite simply. As I myself technically hold the title of free captain, there is a outdated but somewhat respected tradition known as a captain's marriage. For a full year, the two captains would gain the benefit of their spouses' commitment resources. Now, I could use a bit of strong-arming in this area to reestablish my family's business ties. And it seems like you could probably use a bit of noble power and perhaps a place to berth. Just a look at your ship's decks, you seem to be taking on almost as much plunder as you can carry, and yet you have no place to offload it. Here you would be able to resupply your ships with food. We have at Orange Grove, one of the very rare non-Rahadumian orange groves, and a number of goats, plenty of vegetables, and a large supply of fresh water from our local mineral spring. This place is extremely fortified. Would you be interested in something like this?
It certainly seems that we each have something to offer the other. Perhaps you would care to discuss it further.
She says, I don't see any reason to discuss anything further. I know we've only met and only had but a few moments to speak, but anyone who could capture my cousin and yet not outrightly murder her is very impressive. I myself have from time to time thought of hiring a Red Mantis assassin to finally put an end to that branch of the family and take over their side of the business. And you see Portia's in the corner just like, what? What? For real?
You see me over here like, what?
Yes, I know how every family seems to have, every family tree seems to have one or two branches that could be pruned.
I'm just gonna just slowly turn my head toward Portia. Grin.
Are you wearing your... So let me ask, what are you wearing then?
I've transformed my clothes into a noble outfit. I still have my sword and armor, though. And
Alright, but yeah,
my
but
face is not
can
concealed.
have a sawtooth saber. Just, most don't because they'd be killed for carrying it.
Who wouldn't?
Um,
Who? I'm sorry, I missed half of that.
yeah, so, you're carrying a sawtooth saber, which either says you're stupid enough to carry a sawtooth saber or you're a Red Mantis assassin.
I'm carrying two, actually.
Right. So Lady Smithy says, I'm prepared to enter into agreement with you immediately. And I could even provide a dowry for you, but in the event of a divorce, I would wish them back. What can you provide me from your end of the agreement?
Okay, sense motive, do I think that there's anything she's not telling me about drawbacks on her side?
Not drawbacks, but it's clear that she wants something from you.
Well, yes. One question. You said that you have ruled alone since your husband died. How
Yes.
did he die?
He died in battle. His ship was attacking a merchant ship, and he was stabbed through the heart repeatedly.
Does he need to be revenged?
No, we already saw to that. It did cost quite a few jewels, but he has been revenged.
Very well. At this point, I have a fleet of 4 ships looking to expand, and we would be more than willing to put some of those units towards improving the fortunes of the Rock.
She says, your dowry would be to give me direct command of one of your ships.
That seems agreeable.
So she looks out the window and says, that one with the dolphin on the front. I'll take that one.
A fine choice.
Okay. She hands you a spyglass and her husband's iron shirt, because he was known as Iron Shirt Bert. Let's see here. The exact stats on the iron shirt are blah blah blah. A buccaneer's breastplate. And the spyglass is a far glass. If you guys want to check the stats for those. And then she spits on her hand and has it out for you to shake.
A hand to shake hers.
Right? She says, it has been some time since I've met someone so elegant and trustworthy. I feel that this alliance is worth cementing. And she shakes her hand. And she says, what is mine is yours. And, she doesn't say, I have 2 points of plunder. But she indicates that the tower, currently has 2 points worth of plunder, worth of financial resources. That she could use at least 1 to keep everything running, but as you guys share resources, anything that's hers is yours if you'd like to take them. So I guess under your ships, you now have a tower.
In a bar.
Let's say, should I just add the 2 to the total amount of plunder we have? Maybe split it among ships and tower.
You can have a tower tracker if you'd like, yes.
I'm just going to put a thing that says tower plunder. Put 2 points of plunder under that.
So Tidewater Rock is fully capable of servicing ships for squibbing, if you'd like, and can provide any restocking you need except for ammunition.
Okay, well, if we captured the Q from...
Horseshoe Runescar.
Is there really any need to squib it? I mean, we know she did. She's presumably not coming after her now cousin by marriage to get it back.
Sure. You can certainly assume that.
I asked Portia if she had interacted with any other pirates before she met us.
She indicates again that you were the first non-free captains that she had met that she felt capable of preying upon. Because, as you know, her ship only has 2 weapons on it. Which is not a lot.
I don't know. Squib it anyway or not?
There's a question. I had this. My roommate was knocking for something.
The question was, do we want to re-squib the Q or keep it?
Do we really have to? Because technically we legitimately own it.
Did we want to put more weapons on it?
That might be an option.
You'd have to find a port to do that, but sure.
I thought we could service ships.
Right, but there's no weapons here.
Yeah.
You have to buy the weapons somewhere.
Well, I think our next stop is Port Peril, right? 2 reasons. One for the mask I need to pick up, one for the bar we need to check out.
And another to actually get Commodore Ferris ordained as a free captain.
That too. Plus, it's my hometown. Well, I guess second hometown after the village burned down when I was
So I
young.
should let you guys know that free captaining doesn't come until the next book. There's a very long traditional thing that happens, and you're, I don't think, powerful enough to undertake the traditional rites. Your fleet is certainly more than large enough, but your strength of arm is not.
Yeah. We're like, next time. I'll wait on the mask.
Well,
So,
you can certainly go to Port Peril for all the other reasons.
Including buying weapons.
Yeah,
what's
that's a good.
left?
I'm sorry, Lorraine, I think you're breaking up. And Quartermaster Dan, you also gain 1 point of infamy and disrepute for cracking the rock.
Nice.
Yeah, this whole time I thought someone had to get married or something.
You did get married.
Well, I thought like that other type of marry.
She's now Lady Augusta Smithy Ferris.
Hers
Well, there are those rumors.
Oh, sure, there's plenty of rumors around.
rumor has it.
I will tell you the last third of the book here all takes place after you crack the rock, so... yeah.
Okay.
Just expects more than a handshake, of course. Well, that's not my deal. You're going to have to talk to Kat about that one. She is technically married to you. I don't know if you want to do anything about that.
I want to look through the plunder and find something suitable to give her as a weapon gift, as a wedding gift.
Well, I mean, technically all of your plunder belongs to her anyway, so remember, you share all your resources.
You're married.
So I guess she just picked something out. She's like, oh, this necklace will probably look good on me. Would have looked better on me 10 years ago.
I'm just sitting back eating the lobster, saying what to that other guy.
You're going to throw down with Royster and McLeah?
We're not going to throw down. We just keep saying what to each other because we don't understand what's going on. Kind of like, what? What? What?
So after
Seems
your
clear.
handshake, they let Sifrig out of the guard room, but he just continues to consume buttered lobster at an incredible and often terrifying rate.
Yep.
So mounted on the roof here are 2 light ballistas, and there are 2 guards there at all times. And there's also, like bottles of flaming oil and other stuff. She currently doesn't have any beef with anybody, but when she does, she'll make sure to let you know.
Let me know. Because that sounds like my area.
Now that she, knows that she has a free captain under her command, she can probably start making moves in the business circles, in the politics, to start getting what she needs, what she wants. She's like the Beyonce of the sea. And that would make Ferris Jay-Z of the sea.
Put a ring on it.
J-C. Boom. Beyonce and J-C. I like that. Damn, I'm so good at this stuff. Cat's name is getting thrown around. Yeah, so Cat's name is being thrown around here because in the Tuesday night Mummy's Mask game, Lorraine's character is getting married to Dom, and Cat repeatedly puts off the wedding in every way possible. Every week, we move closer, and somehow we also get farther away.
Just get it over with.
So this is actually a pretty good place to stop for the night. if you guys would like to make a decision as to where you're heading, next week. Actually, can we confirm that everyone can make it next week?
Oh, I can.
Commitment. Terrified of commitment. So good.
Next week, yeah, I can make it.
Interesting. Everybody else?
I can.
Is this where we agreed that we would start Plunder and Peril?
No. We have to be at the end of book 2. We're still about a third of a book away. And again, the whole back end of the book here takes place after you take the rock. Everything else is like, this event only occurs after you become Masters of Tidewater Rock.
Random events just start happening. Like, what the hell, man? People paying attention to us.
Okay.
Yes, 5-minute cover.
So, the question is, what are you guys going to do now? I mean, the rest of the plot kind of revolves around random events happening. So, I mean, you got to have your own course here to plot.
I like
Make
to go
plans to go to Port Peril.
Ah,
Yay.
Port Peril then.
Yay, my hometown.
Well, it's your new hometown.
Yeah. The old hometown got burned down.
Well, that does wrap up that back end of the plot there pretty quickly. We know where you're going. All right. Hopefully everyone had fun tonight. We finally heard the last of Captain Atticus Styles. Or have we? Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I think we have.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, he's gone. I tried to be shocking there. I don't think it worked very well, but I did my best. What level are they now? They're currently level 5. Let's see if they leveled up. They got a 4-way split of 6,400 XP here, which is 1,600 apiece. From all the events that they did, which still leaves them 3,000 and change short of 6th level.
What happened to the 4,800 we had from before?
That was 24 plus 24. That needed to be split 4 ways. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to do some more calculations. You technically get XP for defeating everyone in the tower as well. I'm going to have to do that off stream. So again, the 2,400 and 2,400 I had before was event EXP. And that gets split between the party members. So it's not all there.
Okay.
So you also get XP for defeating 2 CR5 and 8 CR1s. Let me see if I can rustle up some math here. Master. There's my book. 2 CR5s is a CR7. Split 4 ways is 800. 8 is plus 6, which is also CR7, so you also get an additional 1,600 for 3,200 each this week, which works out pretty well for you. And you know what? I even forgot to include the XP for defeating Atticus Styles and Kid Tomes. Kid Tomes is a 5th level ghost, and Atticus Styles is... We're creeping. We're getting so close here.
Nothing for the dreamscape.
You got party XP for the dreamscape.
Okay.
You got 1,200 off of that.
Oh, nice.
So let's see. He is CR6, so you get another 1,000. 4,200. Wow. So you guys are actually super close to leveling. I will just call that, right? I'll just say you guys level to 2,300.
Yay!
And you will be level 6. So what's it gonna... Well, I'll have to reset the formula, but yeah. You guys will level to 6.
Alright.
Just call it.
Arthur, my first failed test is actually against Kid Tomes. And I was wondering if that qualified for my...
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So we have level 6 PCs. Level up for next week, guys.
I think I already have.
Are we on stream now, or are we finally off?
Yeah, we are. I'm just I'm about to do the wrap up here. We'll be back next week. Everything should be fine, possibly, maybe. That's not the right one. There's the right one. Turn that off. If you're catching us right here at the end, and you'd like to get in on Tuesday games, Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in January, please check out this form. The form will also be in the YouTube video comments or description for the video. Please follow, like, and subscribe us on whatever content you watch us on. You guys are fantastic. Thank you for watching. To my players, thank you for playing. It's been another fantastic night. We wrapped up a bunch of outstanding storylines. I think 3, right? We got Books' side quests. We got Atticus Styles is finally dead. And instead of being a 4-hour-long combat where you guys fight your way up the side of the rock, you just walked in and were like, hey, let's get married. So that happened. And we'll be back next week. Boom.